Everyone gets brought together and everyone helps spread the message.
On the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, also known as Orange Shirt Day, people across the country will be donning these orange shirts. The shirts feature Indigenous designs that the artists behind them say hold specific meanings.
This year's design is called Home Fire. So Home Fire is a term that we use to represent our homes and our home communities. So for instance, mine would be the Treaty 1 territory, Peguis First Nation.
Indigenous artist Kayla Mcpherson is one of 3 artists who worked on Home Fire. She says the design was inspired by all the children lost at residential schools across Canada.
The mother and their child represents, I guess, the parents who lost their children, never got a chance to say goodbye, never got the answers to what had happened to them. Footprints could also represent like the spirit of somebody and the walk that we are on with all of them and to lead them back home. It represents a movement, obviously, of truth and reconciliation and, educating others that aren't too familiar with what had happened in the past or what, is still going on to this day and the generational trauma that comes behind.
Technical Vocational High School in Winnipeg will be selling these orange shirts designed by Indigenous artist and high schooler Shubaget. They used the symbol of an owl on their rendition of the orange shirt. Shubaget says, "I always like the idea of owls because in some places they represent death, but in others they are viewed as wise old creatures that represent wisdom and can send possible warnings. I thought the design could bring out our history and generational trauma, bring it to light, and help us remember what happened and how many people were lost. A design the older owl holding the younger owl, this represents the older generation protecting the younger generation." Proceeds from these shirts will go to residential school survivors. Winnipeg artist Wanda Kinch made a single orange shirt for her husband he used at the school he teaches at.
The dancer in the center of the design is just representative of the Indigenous community and the culture and the vast arrays of dimension within that culture. Doesn't matter where you are from, everybody recognizes the powwow dancer. The children, of course, is for the Orange Shirt Day in honoring and remembering, unfortunately, the tragedies of those times.
Kinch is a non-Indigenous artist and says it's not her place to benefit from this movement, but wants to be an ally. She says her shirt won't be reproduced or sold, but a donation will be made in lieu of a purchased shirt for Orange Shirt Day. She says we're all responsible for reconciliation and wanted to make a contribution.
We all play a part in doing the best that we can do, given what's happened in the past, to ensure that it doesn't happen in the future.
In Winnipeg, Mike Albanese, City News.